Hello everyone. First of all, I want to express my gratitude to the organizers of the National PhD Students' Days for giving us this chance. Our presentation will talk about language ritual of Hassan Wabi, which is a poem wrote by Hassan Wabi, and the way he conceived the act of writing poetry. Our presentation will follow the next steps. We will begin with an introduction, then we will define what is reflexivity. Third, we will talk about language ritual as a poetic art. We will see language ritual as an expression of presence. Then we will end with a conclusion. So before we start, there is several questions that we will try to answer during this presentation. For example, what is the difference between classic poetry and modern or postmodern poetry? Why this text of Hassan Wabi is so important? What is the importance to adopt a fragmentary writing as a form of expression? And finally, why modern and postmodern include other disciplines such as philosophy, art, and other disciplines. So, as we are talking about reflexivity, we have to define this term. Reflexivity is when something is directed back on itself. Second meaning in epistemology, and by the way, epistemology is a branch of philosophy concerned with knowledge. So in this case, reflexivity refers to circular relationship between cause and effect. Third meaning is when text thinks about its own creation procedure. So, for those who don't know Hassan Wabi, Hassan Wabi is an author and a French teacher at the University of Ibn Zar at Agadir. So, why considering language ritual as a poetic art? First of all, it's like a manifest in which the poet highlights his vision of poetic writing. Second, Wabi presents his conception of writing and his refusal of mimesis in its classic way. The poet does not seek to imitate reality. Instead, he gives his readers another form of mimesis, or what we can call the mimetic of writing. Third, the poet aims to redefine the poetic writing by giving up the old poetic. So, why considering language ritual as an expression of presence, and what is the meaning of presence? So, presence is the state or fact of existing. It's being present. So, as we see, this term has a philosophical dimension. So, first of all, poetry allows us to grab the truth and the essence of things. Hassan Wabi assures that the speech proceeds from essential. Second, the text targets what exists beyond the simplicity of appearance by defining literature as a color which allows to see the other colors. Third, the poet tends to exceed the first sense to reach the one which is hiding behind the words. So to conclude, we can say that Wahbi Hassan Wabi is in language ritual managed to present his poetic art by using the fragmented poetry as a writing style. This type of writing, even if it is laconic and marked by the sense of contradictions, it allows the poet to grab the essence of things and express his presence. Poetry is no longer an embellishment of language, but it works to find the right words and speech that reinvent itself. Poetry, according to Webby, is an outlet allowing the poet to exceed the language ritual and reach the diversity of meaning. Thank you for your attention.